barriers you face? I know working on Facebook is not typical.
Yeah.
Is there anything that or your experience personally?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure my experience is different, just like anyone's experience would be different. I think, like, the best way I've heard this phrase, I think, like, as a woman, Facebook is a very good place to work. I think we benefit from the fact that we have people like Sheryl Sandberg at the top being like, this is going to be a priority for us, and we're going to do good things about it. I said something earlier about, like, we try not to hire assholes, like, we hire people who are good people and who care about these things and who, like, you know, if there's something small that happens, like, for the most part, you can bring it up with them and it'll be good. I think the best, like, framing of diversity I've heard is about, like, we try and think of it, it's not as much about gender diversity as it is about, like, intellectual diversity. So because of my gender and my race and my socioeconomic status and where I grew up and who my parents were, like, all of those things contribute to the way I think, and that is unique. And every, like, single person has a combination of those factors, and when you actually bring a team like that together to build products, we build better products. We build products that, like, serve a billion people. So I would like to think of my gender as an asset. I'm a sophomore year in college, so, like, actually, I guess compared to most people, Facebook came into it relatively late, but I would use that as an indicator that, like, you don't have to start when you're 5 years old. But anyway, so I took one CS class and I ended up really, really loving it and taking a lot more CS. And then last year applied for a job at Facebook and started when I graduated. Yeah.
Do you work on the front end or the back end?
I work on the front end. So I spent about a year working on our iOS app. I had never done iPhone programming before I came to Facebook, but the team I was on at the time just really needed it, and so there's obviously a lot of very good iOS developers here, and so I kind of asked them all my questions and eventually picked it out.
I've got a question for you. For all of them here, the big thing they suffer with is, you know, they're brand new to the industry.
Yeah.
What do you recommend they work on in terms of their portfolio to get gigs in the place of Facebook?
Yeah. So I think, like, if you want to be an engineer, really the only way to learn it is by doing it, right? And so, like, any way you can give yourself practical experience, I think the way a lot of people learn is that they see a need in the world and they're like, oh, I want to build an app to fix that. Like, you know, I take the subway every day and, like, it's really annoying because I don't know when it's coming. The MTA actually has what's called an API. You guys heard this term API? Yeah. So the MTA actually has an API that you can hit and, like, figure out when the subway is coming or when the bus is coming. So just, like, play around with that data and, like, build an app or build a website that tells you that. Things that are useful to you in your own life, so you can actually see that. And you'll pick it up from there. It's all about practical experience. I think there's tons of, like, online CS classes, but you can only watch so many lectures. Really, it's about doing it.